It's great to be able to be in a room with people who we love spending time with, but most of all, who we love to work together. And we really appreciate you taking the opportunity to be here tonight. Also, welcome to our 2021 HAR installation of officers and directors. We are excited to be able to do this, but we want to be really careful tonight. We also want to remember the people who are not able to be with us tonight. You also reach out to them when you have the opportunity. Make them feel like they were a part of this as well. We can't wait till we're back to normal, and we are running like crazy to be in all of those meetings and high-five and hugging again. And I'm claiming that it's not going to be that long. But until then, we are still going to have fun tonight. I told Zelda this may absolutely be the best one we have yet. There's just something really neat about such an intimate setting that we really miss all of our other friends and colleagues. And we can't wait to celebrate with them come spring or summer. So keep that in mind and watch your calendars. We're going to have more information on that soon. And we want you to be there again, because again, we're just going to celebrate the rest of the year if that's okay, Zelda, right? Because we're done with 2020. Is everybody ready to be done with it? Great. Well, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to join me in welcoming Rick Friedman. He's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And Beth Richardson, if you'll go ahead and come down too as well. She's going to provide our invocation for this evening.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, first, I want to thank Zelda for the invitation to offer the invocation for tonight's celebration. Will you pray with me? Gracious God, we thank you for this opportunity to gather and celebrate the hard work of your dedicated servants. We thank each of you that are present here with us today, and for those who could not be here physically. We thank you most of all for your presence in our midst. Please accept our sincere thanks for this day and all of its blessings, for we are mindful that there are many who are no longer with us on earth. We thank you, Father, that you guide and direct the Association of Realtors, its leaders, and their actions. May they fully accept their responsibility to the association, to the people they will serve, and to themselves. May they uphold their responsibility with integrity, patience, understanding, and love. Help them to carefully consider and recall the relevant information that has been learned over the years, to be innovative as they brainstorm solutions, to wisely evaluate their options, making the best possible decisions for their benefit and for your glory. Lord, I pray that you direct their thoughts, our thoughts, words, decisions, and actions toward the right path, and help us to remain in your will. Let your will be done as they assist with building up realtors and the community. Lord God, you promise to open doors of blessing and abundance for your people. We ask that you work mightily in these newly installed officers and directors. Lead each one so that they make fruitful contributions. Enable them to strategize in ways that will achieve great results. Purify their thoughts and motives so that each one will desire the good of others. Because they have chosen to trust in you, they themselves will lack no good thing as a result of their faithfulness to always do what is right and what is pleasing in your sight. May this blessing and abundance be for all people. Your word says that all things work together for good of those who are called according to your purpose. So we thank you for being chosen to carry out the task that you have given us in order to fulfill our purpose. Help us all to know that it is far better to seek your wisdom and insight rather than silver and gold. For you promise, O Lord, that you will meet all of our needs according to your riches and glory. And when we trust in you, we lack no good thing. So now we ask that you bless this food that we're about to partake. Bless the hands that prepared it, that it may provide nourishment and strength to our bodies. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Rick and Beth. We really appreciate that. That's an amazing way to start off our 2021. So our association is absolutely blessed with affiliate partners. As you all know, we get the opportunity to work with them on almost a daily basis, and they are the reason tonight is possible. if you'll just hold your applause till I get to the end, we want to be able to recognize those tonight. And again, I really want to ask you, when you see these people, because they're not able to be with us tonight, that you make sure to thank them and let them know how much we appreciate what they do. Our first sponsor is Regions Mortgage. Our second is Hometown Lenders. And Paulus Title, a foundation company. If you could please give them a round of applause. Again, we really appreciate our affiliates making this happen tonight during such a unique time of our association and our nation's history. This is usually where we'd recognize our past presidents and former state directors and staff. And unfortunately, they are not with us tonight, but we want them to know how much we appreciate them and everything that they have done to get us here, and for those who will be serving in the future, we really appreciate that. Again, tonight we're not able to have all of the guests that we really wanted to be here to celebrate, but don't forget, we are claiming that this spring or summer, we're going to have everybody together as usual. So please join me, if you will, in a round of applause for our past presidents, our current state directors, and all of those who have helped bring us here tonight. So next, I want to take a moment of personal privilege for some outgoing remarks. So a little insight for you into the past and kind of where we came from and got here. But first off, Isaac, I need you to hold me accountable. I promise to do my best not to use the words pivot, new normal, social distance, quarantine, and for those of you from the leadership team, strategic plan.
Don't do it.
If I do, those are donations to our PAC. I know I'm going to mess this up.
That's all part of the...
Good try. All right, here we go. You ready, Isaac? So while nearing the last quarter of Win's role as president-elect, we're tasked with picking a theme among our many other tasks, because there's a lot, and we prepare for our transition. In 2019, my theme came to me in the form of a word I found myself becoming very drawn to, really passionate about. I think I yelled it out in our strategic plan meeting, actually. Shoot! And that word was thrive. So after a lot of research, because I'm a little bit of a nerd, believe it or not, I started with Webster's. I ran to the Bible, and you just can't avoid Google. Prayed on it, thought about it a lot more, and Made to Thrive was chosen. Well, then came 2020. No explanation necessary there. But in the midst of it all, our leaders, our members especially, and y'all, our staff and our CEO, they 100% proved that we were just that, made to thrive. So let's just talk about some of those moments. I know you probably know most of these. You were part of them, and that's the amazing thing, but it's easy for us to forget about those. January 2020 began with less than 1,000 active listings available. That was the lowest number we had since 1998 when we began tracking our inventory. And about a year ago today, guess where we were? We were at the Jackson Center celebrating with tons of people. Time changed a little bit, didn't it? But that's okay, because February 1st, our real estate economic report came out, the first of the year. And that time in February also brought two important pieces for us. A lot of our PAC and advocacy went down that month, and Barry's here tonight and joined us in that as well, when we stepped up against impact fees against new construction in the city of Madison and defeated it. The leadership team early on began adopting virtual approaches with our weekly meetings. Y'all remember those? Weekly. That's why we love each other so much. March 15th, the board moved to virtual meetings and appointments for that month. We canceled staff coming in the building the following day. Y'all, staff really jumped. I almost said that word, Isaac. They really jumped into changing how they were working to keep them safe, to keep our members safe, And not for a moment did they let anything slide. We had no clue that was going on. Our members just continued to function. So, more simply, we made huge changes in how we worked to take care of our business, to take care of our clients, and to take care of our members. It was hard making those decisions because we had to make them very quickly. We'd never experienced this before, and we didn't know how it was going to turn out. But things kept running without interruption. Next, RPAC fundraiser. That was a thrilling moment, and Patty and Isaac, thank y'all for working on that so hard. It was the biggest fundraiser we had ever had for RPAC, and it was the day before a national emergency was declared in response to COVID-19. But tonight I get to congratulate you all because we have officially found out that we reached our 2020 goal for RPAC. Because of the strong leaders before us and all the great work people like you do for our association at MLS, Valley MLS was able to offer extensions to subscribers on their fees. The association and the MLS were really working overtime, y'all, to find extra tools to keep realtors in business and keep their clients safe. Real estate did not stop in North Alabama, y'all. In an 8-month time period, 3,100 members participated in virtual classes, trainings, and orientations and forums. April 1st was a big day for us as realtors. Clear cooperation. It went into effect, although as an MLS, we had worked to bring it into compliance March 1st. So again, here we are ahead of the game. We held book clubs and brokers forums. We brought in leading voices in the industry to speak to our members. We didn't slow down in those areas also. Our association and the MLS spoke out against social injustice, but we didn't stop there. We wanted to put action behind our words. So we not only offered implicit bias training and discussions right off the bat, but we also brought in some great local speakers, and we teamed up with NAR to give members the tools that they needed to sharpen their skills and become fair housing champions. We weren't stopping there. That was not the end. So if you haven't heard, we're continuing these discussions and this education as we go into the incoming year. This will be a vital part of MLS training. We also were able to expand our political realm as far as local political reach goes. With our new local political coordinator program, we were the first to do something like this in Alabama. And we team members up of our own membership with local leadership. It's a great communication chain to be able to have the opportunity to discuss things going on in our community that affect it and our industry and us as realtors. Local, state, and national association election and committee appointments took place, and we are extremely thankful for those of you who are serving for us there. One of the amazing pieces we were able to do is put together a historic advertising campaign in November that lifted up ValleyMLS.com agents and garnered 1.3 million impressions. Not anything to bat an eye at. And last but definitely far from least, after many hours of hard work over several years and a lot of miles on 65, ValleyMLS.com along with Greater Alabama MLS, announced that our data share was fully live. And those are just highlights, y'all. We may not have seen each other, but look what we accomplished. So I can tell you that I'll never forget 2020. I'm pretty sure most of you won't either. It was an interesting year to be president, although I don't think there's any normal year for it. It's not something I'll forget or ever take lightly. It truly was an honor to serve as the 2020 president of the Huntsville Area Association of Realtors. But I hope you won't remember me. Yeah, I don't want you to remember me. See, it's not about who held what title or position. It's about the members and the business and making it stronger and leaving it better than we started. I'm very proud of the team of leaders that we had and the opportunity to serve with them. I'm so thankful for the hours of service, and y'all, there were a lot in 2020. They dedicated so much time and so much effort to make sure our memberships stayed so strong, not to mention grew. We are absolutely better and stronger today because of the work that all of you have done. So tonight, we get to celebrate. We are celebrating our incoming leaders of 2021, and we officially mark the start, even though actually there was never really a stop to what was going on. We just adjusted what we were doing. I know that after this next year ends, I have no doubt that you will leave it better than you found it. So for our incoming leadership team and board of directors, thank you for the hard work you're getting ready to do in 2021. Now, Zelda.
Yes.
I'm not going to get upset. I am so excited you're who I get to pass the gavel to. Some of you may not know, I have known Zelda for a while. You'd think I get upset because I was leaving. We worked together actually from my first day in the business. So, like, I'm calling you out president to president here. Just a favor, don't tell any of those Snoopy stories, okay? Just forget all that embarrassing stuff. But the thing is, she's actually a really big part, a big piece of why I became involved. She not only asked me to participate, but she explained why involvement was and is important. It was a perfect example of learning, not just from hearing, but from watching someone else's actions. So as I prepared for tonight and what I wanted to share with you about Zelda, I got some good stories too. Here's the thing I really want you to know. I want you to know about who she is and the leadership she'll provide. But thankfully, I came across a friend's comment. Sorry, a little too much time on social media. But it was perfect. It really, the moment I read it, Zelda's name came to mind. And interesting, I think somebody will recognize this. This person said this is what they looked for in a leader: love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Zelda, I have no hesitation in saying you absolutely embody this. And so will your year ahead as a leader. So that's enough, because I don't think I can hold this in much longer. But I want to close by saying how excited and honored I am to get to work with this leadership team one last year. And I want to say a huge thank you. And if you're a volunteer leader, please make sure you do this too to your family, because of what they allow us to do and what they put up with when we're not there. But thank you again for allowing me to serve as your 2020 HAR president. And thank you for what you're getting ready to do ahead in 21. So, now let's get to what we're really here for. I want to welcome to the stage our 2019 President, Cindy Peters-Tanner, and our 2020 Treasurer, Monica Sanford, and they are going to induct our 2021 officers and directors.
At this time, I don't need to wear my mask.
No, you're good.
Okay. Stay over there. At this time, I would like to ask our 2021 HAR directors to please come forward as I call your name. Monica will then present you with your pin. As you come forward, many of you have sat through me inducting new realtors, and I give them very specific instructions, and I sound like a school teacher, but I'm going to do that for you again today. I'm going to ask you to line up in front of the podium so that we can get a picture. Jeff is here to get all of our pictures. And then we will all be grown-ups and we will pose for a picture. Please bring your mask, wear it as you come up, and then we will work from there, okay? Joni Blackwell, please come forward. Okay, Lorraine Cordul, will you please join us? David Howard, please join us. Regina Mitchell, please come forward. And Whitney Stringer, are you here? There she is. Yay, Whitney. What? We have several directors that could not be with us this evening. Melanie Brooks, Lori Hislop, Craig Lamar, Cliff Miller, Rod Schumann, and John Steger. Please give them a round of applause. At this time, I would like to ask our 2021, you guys stay, our 2021 officers to please come forward as I call your name. Zelda Friedman, would you please join me as president? Isaac Winkles, will you please come up as president-elect? Stand next to Ms. Zelda. Tamara Fox, will you please join us as treasurer? And Shay Jarbo, will you please join us as ValleyMLS.com chair? Chris Holzer, as vice president, could not be here this evening. If you are prepared to make the unreserved commitment to lead the Huntsville Area Association of Realtors in 2021, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the Constitution and bylaws of this association, and you will observe and enforce the Code of Ethics of the Realtors? Please be thoughtful, be resourceful and constructive in your planning, to diligently uphold and actively foster the ideals of high ethical conduct and superior professional skills, to preserve and defend the sacred right of Americans to own and enjoy real property, to carry out your leadership duties as they are prescribed, and to conduct yourself in a manner that reflects credit and honor to your office and to your profession. If you so subscribe, please say, I do. I do. By the power that they gave me. Vested in me, I do hereby proclaim each of you duly and officially installed to the office which you have been elected. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your new leaders with a round of applause.
So every year we get the opportunity to pass the gavel, and as I said before, I couldn't be more honored to be able to pass this to Zelda this year. So congratulations, Zelda. I know it's going to be an amazing 2021. It's all yours.
Well, my first thing is to give away gifts. That's a good thing.
That's a good prize.
That's a good thing. I'm going to let that run here. So I'm presenting to Shay Jarbo, presented by membership of the Huntsville Area Association of Realtors to Shay Jarbo for outstanding leadership as the president of the Huntsville Area Association of Realtors in 2020. Shay? This is also for you.
Wow.
You're welcome. Then I have one more. Okay. Then I have one more. Cindy Peters Tanner. Front and center.
Yes, ma'am. You're the boss.
A testimonial of sincere appreciation.
Stand in front of the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, that's a new life lesson.
Sorry. Yeah. My first thing I have to do, right? Stand in front of the mic. A testimonial of sincere appreciation for the outstanding leadership and the time so generously given by Cindy Peters Tanner, ValleyMLS.com 2020 chair. You did a fabulous job.
Thank you, dear.
So, first of all, I do want to start with thanking the people that were already up here. Beth, thank you so much for the invitation tonight. It means so much to me for you to be here, and I appreciate you so much. And Beth also brought her husband, Rodney, with her tonight. Rodney, it's always good to see you too. They're dear friends of mine, and I appreciate them so much. So, Cindy, thank you for giving the installation of the leadership team and directors. And Monica, thank you for helping her. It was so special to me. Cindy and I were in Women's Council of Realtors together back in the day. I was president of the Huntsville chapter in 2012, and Cindy was president-elect. Then we both served. We didn't have enough, so we both served state. Alabama Women's Council of Realtors. And so during that time, we made a lot of trips to Montgomery for meetings, a lot of trips, and back. And so we talked about, should we get in HAR leadership? Should we not get in HAR leadership? And that was quite a bit of the discussion. So then we finally decided, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to jump in. And what a journey it has been, Cindy. It went by pretty fast when you stop and think about it, didn't it? But thank you for your support. You've been awesome, and you've been really supportive in the past few days as well, and I appreciate you so much. Shay, you made me cry a while ago. Thank you. You have been an amazing leader for 2020, a courageous president in 2020. Who would have ever known everything that transpired, but you handled it all with grace. I met Shay when she got her license and joined the Lanza team, which has been eons ago. She was so excited about real estate and had a thirst for knowledge and a desire to read everything she could. And then she wanted to share what she learned with the team. You remember that? She did, and she was great. I saw a leader. She has given me credit for getting her involved, but the seed was already there. All it needed was a little encouragement. She made it grow. So encourage someone today to get involved. That's how I got involved in volunteering at HAR, and I'm so happy that I could serve as her president-elect this year, 2020. We've learned a lot, haven't we, Shay? 2020 was a challenging and difficult year. We did not know what was ahead or what would change for our businesses day by day or for our families. 2021, we don't know yet. We do know we will move forward as the real estate industry, National Association of Realtors, Alabama Association of Realtors, and Huntsville Area Association of Realtors continues to be fluid in making adjustments and changes as needed. We know that you, the 2021 directors, will be making decisions that affect the direction of HAR and our members and their businesses. And now being newly installed 2021 directors and leadership team, thank you for stepping up and heeding the call in this journey of leadership. Some of you have already begun this leadership calling by serving in other capacities. HAR past presidents of Huntsville Women's Council of Realtors, past presidents of Alabama State Women's Council of Realtors. Some of you have already served as directors. We have CRS members and CRS leadership, NARAB members and NARAB state leadership. Some have chaired committees, served on committees or work groups. You have been involved in RPAC, and they're going to hear a lot about RPAC, aren't they, Patty? Yes. Yes, they are. Some are brokers, instructors. Some work as listing homes, while others are only new construction. But all are realtors. Are one thing. We all are realtors. We see the value in what we do and continue to gain knowledge to not only make ourselves better people, but better realtors to serve our communities, our customers, clients, and our peers. 2021 leadership team, I look forward to serving with you. We will spend a lot of time together with Josh. He's part of the leadership team. We will have meetings before the meetings after the meetings, wrap-up meetings, and it may seem like it will never end. And we won't always agree on everything, but we will have some great discussions, though. I do know that this leadership team will give their best for directors, members, and each other. And I have to mention Josh, our awesome CEO for HAR and Valley, and the HAR and Valley MLS.com team. All are so talented, and they share their skills to make HAR and Valley better for members every single day. So I thank them as well. Even though they're not here, I still appreciate them. They were here. Some of them were here earlier. Every president has the opportunity to select a theme for the year. After writing down lots of theme ideas, being prayerful about the decision, I kept going back and forth to intentional. I read a book, Intentional Living by John Maxwell. Well, that was it. Once I did that, I knew that was going to be my theme. Be intentional, as you see right here, is the theme. Be intentional applies to everything in our lives. Definition of intentional is characterized by conscious design or purpose. Done, made, or performed with purpose and intent. You are intentional on taking care of yourself, taking care of your families, your real estate business. Be intentional in education. Be intentional with your success. Keeping up with new policies. Being intentional to study and know our industry. You will receive a lot of information this year. Take it to heart, directors. Read it, study it. Be intentional to serve members. Be prepared. Be consistent. John Maxwell's book, Intentional Living, states, intentional living has an idea. Unintentional living always has an excuse. Intentional living makes it happen. Unintentional living wonders what happened. Intentional living says, here's something I can do. Unintentional living says, why doesn't someone else do it? Be intentional also applies to me and how I live my life too. But I've not always been intentional. For example, real estate was not my first career, but it was a huge leap of faith. When I started in 2002, so I've been doing this for a minute, I was unsure if I could be successful in this new business. But I've learned so much from fellow realtors, realtor friendships, attending classes, and learning from leadership. And I discovered being a realtor is more than I ever knew. And as a person of faith, I've trusted God with every turn of the market, and He's always been faithful to guide me. When I first became a realtor, I watched leaders, but never thought I would be in that leadership role. But now, I can't imagine my life without it. Becoming a broker in 2017 is another huge thing for me. Having my associate's broker's license for several years, one day I was asked, would you be interested? And I said, yes, I would. I don't even know how that even happened. But it did. So I replied, yes. The leadership skills that I've gained over the years have been useful as a broker. I've learned and I've grown more in this profession than I ever thought that I would. And I've had so many wonderful opportunities. I've grown so much from serving in leadership. I am grateful and I'm excited to serve as HAR President 2021. Thank you.
Albert Einstein said, learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. Amen. Zelda, the inscription in my bracelet says, she believed she could, so she did. And I'm honored to offer you and this wonderful group of people this toast. Please raise your glass. To being positive and testing negative. I thought that might get your attention. To a little more inventory and a lot more stress. Amen. To thoughtful discussions and confident decisions. To being intentional in our words and our actions. And finally, to never, ever hearing the word unprecedented again. Cheers.
So I'm going to wrap up here. I do want to say Heart and ValleyMLS.com are only as strong as the engagement and dedication of our volunteer leaders. Tonight's event took a special eye on adaptation and special and challenging year. It couldn't have happened without the tireless efforts of our planning committee tonight. So I do want to recognize the gala committee. They did an awesome job. Shannon Hall, it's right back there, that's Shannon. Woo, Shannon. Miss Martella Tyler, right over there, Miss Elegant Martella. Shannon Fortner, who is not here, but he is responsible for all these beautiful flower decorations here, all on the table. He did another fantastic job. I appreciate him. And from HAR, Daniela Parolon. Y'all saw her and Abby. They were both here working tirelessly to get everything together, making sure everything was flowing right. I don't know how many times Daniela said, now you've got my phone number. If you need anything and anything happens, call me. Even though she's not going to be here, she still wanted to say that if anything happened to call her. and Sean Majors, who also wrote this script about 20 times for us because we were changing it constantly. So thank you to our committee and of course our staff for their passion and hard work while navigating what was a 2020 full of twists and turns to lead us here tonight. All right, that's it.